Hi, welcome to the 10-minute wrap-up series. In this video, we will wrap up the topic of left-wing extremism, which is the most important theme of internal security section of GS3. Before starting, let us go through previous year questions. The first question, which was asked in 2013, was Article 244 of Indian Constitution relates to administration of scheduled areas and tribal areas. Analyze the impact of non-implementation of the provisions of the fifth schedule on the growth of left wing extremism. Here they asked, what are the causes of left wing extremism? Is it non implementation of the fifth schedule? And the next question, which was asked in 2015, was the persisting drives of government for development of large industries in backward areas have resulted in isolating the tribal population and the farmers who face multiple displacement with Malkangiri and Naxalbari Foki. Discuss the corrective strategies needed to win the left wing extremism doctrine affected citizen back into the mainstream socio-economic growth. They asked about again the causes of left wing extremism. Is it the development of large industries leading to the isolation of tribal population and land alienation of farmers leading to multiple displacement? And what are the corrective measures needed to win the left wing extremism doctrine affected citizens, bringing them back into the socio-economic growth? And the next question is asked in 2018, that is, left wing extremism is showing a downward trend but still affected many parts of the country. Briefly explain the government's India's approach to counter the challenges of left-wing extremism. Again, the question is repeated. Here they asked about what are the corrective strategies. Here, what is the government of India's approach to counter the challenges? In 2020, there was question on left-wing extremism. What are the sound determinants of left-wing extremism in eastern part of India? What strategy should government of India, civil administration, and security forces adopt to counter the threat affected areas? Here also, there is the same question. What are the government of India strategy? Here they have helped the aspirants by dividing the strategy into government of India strategy, civil administration, and security forces. And what are the sound determinants, which are nothing but what are the causes of left-wing extremism? Naxalism is a socio-economic and developmental issue manifesting as a violent internal security threat. In this context, discuss the emerging issues and suggest the multi-layered strategy to tackle the Naxalism, asked in 2022. Here also, there was the same question. Naxalism is a socio-economic and developmental issue. They have divided the causes into socio-economic and developmental. And again, they asked about multi-layered strategy, which is nothing but what is the government of India's approach to deal with Naxalism. In 2025 mains also, there was a question on Naxalism. Government of India recently stated left-wing extremism will be eliminated by 2026. What do you understand by left-wing extremism? How people are affected by it? What are the measures taken by government to eliminate left-wing extremism? Here they asked about what is the strategy of government of India to eliminate left-wing extremism by 2026. And they asked about the concept of left-wing extremism and how are people affected by it, which are nothing but impacts of left-wing extremism. And what are the measures? Again, the same question. By this, we can understand that what are the main dimensions we need to remember to write an answer on left-wing extremism. We need to know what is left-wing extremism as a concept and other features of left-wing extremism. What are the causes of left-wing extremism? What is the impacts of left-wing extremism? And what is the government of India's approach of left-wing extremism? Now let us see what all we need to remember to write an answer on left-wing extremism. We will see all the dimensions. In the introduction, you can start with left-wing extremism is a socio-political movement that seeks to overthrow existing state through armed struggle, that is violence. I repeat, left-wing extremism is socio-political movement that seeks to overthrow existing state through armed struggle, that is violence. Left-wing extremism advocates the protracted people's war against the state. What is the ideology? That is Maoism. Left-wing extremism was inspired by Maoism, that is, he said, a revolution through the barrels of the gun. What is the social base? The social base is tribals and marginalized groups. What is the tactics used? Guerrilla warfare is a tactics where they will hide and attack. What is the source of funding? The funding is through extortion, resource extraction, donation by the sympathizers, global support, that is anti-Indian elements across the globe will fund these left-wing extremism groups. These are the other features of left-wing extremism. That is ideology, that is Maoism. What is social base? That is tribals and marginalized groups. Tactics used is guerrilla warfare. Funding is through extortion, resource extraction, sympathizers donation, and global support. And also parallel government structures, including judiciary, which legitimacy from the people and which undermines the state legitimacy. They have the ability to adapt to the response to the government actions. You can also draw this data map that is given by Ministry of Home Affairs. That is, there is a 53% decline in the Naxalism from the last decade. That is 2004 to 2014. There is a 53% decline. You can also draw this India map to enrich your answer. You can mention Naxalbari village, that is the starting point of Naxalism, that is by Charu Majumdar, who rebelled against the landlords. Left wing extremism started from this Naxalbari village. This area is called as Red Corridor. You can also write the tagline, that is from the Tirupati to the Pashupati. I will come up with a video that is how to draw this map in 1 minute. Now let me demonstrate for you. I hope it is right. It is looking like India map. I will come up with a video that how I practiced. Now let us see what are the causes of left-wing extremism in the diagram format. I have divided the causes into factors, that is land, forest, natural resource, backward regions and marginalized tribals, and the security factors. In the land, there is no proper land reforms, that is non-implementation of the land reforms in certain part of the country, leading to the deprivation and the development induced displacement. Whenever there is a developmental projects, there is a land displacement of tribals, leading to livelihood loss. And in the forest section, that is forest bureaucracy through the implementation of the Forest Conservation Act, which is undermining the rights of certain tribal groups for collecting the minor forest produce, leading to alienation and further leading to livelihood loss. In the natural resource section, that is privatization of the mining leading to displacement of the tribals. In the backward regions, no development infrastructure and non-implementation of the government schemes, leading to the governance vacuum. In the marginalized tribals are facing discrimination and social exclusion. And in the security section, there is police action or army, that is misuse of Armed Forces Special Power Act and unlawful activities of Prevention Act, leading to the lack of grievance in the criminal justice and further leading to governance vacuum. This deprivation and livelihood loss and alienation are creating the grievances. Social exclusion also leading to grievance and giving an opportunity for the left-wing extremism group and creating the problem of left-wing extremism. Now let us summarize these causes. You can remember it as land, forest, natural resource, backward regions, marginalized tribals, and the security reasons. Now let us see what is the impact of left-wing extremism. The first impact is developmental paralysis. For example, red corridor districts like Sukma, Dantewada, and Gadchiroli are still lacking roads, schools, and hospitals. And the second impact is mass displacement due to developmental projects and natural resource extraction, that is mining. For example, Salwa Judam backlash in 2005, leading to the uprooted of thousands of innocent tribals. And the third one is parallel governance, which I explained earlier. They have including the judiciary also, which undermines the state legitimacy. And there is a dual human rights violation problem, that is atrocities by the left-wing extremism groups as well as security forces, that is misuse of Armed Forces Special Power Act and Unlawful Prevention Activities Prevention Act. And there is a political vacuum, that is targeted political assassination and social polarization, that is deepening the caste wars. For example, Manipur violence of 2022. What are the impacts? Developmental paralysis, mass displacement, parallel governance, dual human rights violation, political vacuum, and social polarization. Now let us see what is the government of India's initiatives to eliminate left-wing extremism. That is Naxal Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, that is eliminating the left-wing extremism by March 31st of 2026. This is the announcement by the Home Ministry. The tagline is from the red zones to the growth corridors. In this, it includes multidimensional approach to counter the left-wing extremism. The multidimensional approach includes the security enforcement, inclusive development, infrastructure, human resource, and capacity building. Mukt Bharat Abhiyan includes Bastariya Battalion, which is seen as both security measure as well as developmental initiative. It addresses the developmental initiatives, that is, it addresses the marginalization and it addresses the insurgency. Operation Green Hunt of 2009, that is Indian paramilitary forces, uses the coordinated counterinsurgency strategies to counter left-wing extremism. What is the strategy used? Area domination, that is through clear, hold, and build strategy. What are the developmental initiatives by the Government of India? Developmental initiatives like infrastructure development, that is road, through Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, electrification, communication, enhancing the communication. What are the employment initiatives? That is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act and skill development programs like Pradhan Mantri Kaushalya Vikas Yojana and educational initiatives like Eklavya residential schools for tribal groups. Aspirational district program, that is which promotes the tribal products. What are the government and administrative initiatives? That is PESA, that is Panchayat Raj Extension to Scheduled Areas, Forest Rights Act, which conserves the rights of tribals of collecting the minor forest produce and reducing the misuse of unlawful activities of Prevention Act and Armed Forces Special Power Act. What is the rehabilitation and surrender strategy? That is incentivizing the surrender, and the surrendered people are reintegrated into the mainstream through reintegration programs and community engagement in developmental initiatives. What are the expert opinion? Prakash Singh, who was the Director General of Border Security Force, said that there is a need for whole of government approach to eliminate the left-wing extremism. Now we'll see what we can write in the way forward. You can write Samadhan Doctrine. S stands for smart leadership, A stands for aggressive strategy, for example, Greyhound's model of Andhra Pradesh. M stands for motivation and training, A stands for actionable intelligence, D stands for dashboard based key performance indicators, H stands for harnessing the technology by enhancing the intelligence for the security forces, A stands for action plan for each theater of the Indian military, and N stands for no access to the finance. This is the most crucial step which is need to be taken by the government of India. If there is no access to finance for the left-wing extremism, they will not function itself. This Samadhan strategy covers both the short-term and the long-term policies of government of India. Now we'll see what we can write in the conclusion. An ideology rooted in the violence is bound to fail in democracy. Ultimately, the holistic approach combining the development and security interventions is crucial to overcome left-wing extremism and strengthen the eastern arm of Bharat Mata. I repeat, an ideology which is rooted in violence is bound to fail in democracy. Ultimately, the holistic approach combining the development and the security interventions is crucial to overcome left-wing extremism and strengthen the eastern arm of Bharat Mata. Now we'll see what all we have seen in this video. I have given you the introduction, I have given you the map, and I have explained the basic concepts of left-wing extremism, that is ideology, social base, what are the tactics, what is the funding, and how it acts as a parallel government. And I have given you the data of Ministry of Home Affairs, and I have explained the causes of left-wing extremism in the diagram format. And we have seen the impacts of left-wing extremism. And further, I have given you the Naxal Mukt Bharat Abhiyan of Government of India. And we have seen the way forward through Samadhan Doctrine. And we have seen the conclusion. I will come up with the next important video. Until then, I hereby signing off, one of the undeserved mind of UPSC community. Thank you.